Hey guys, I just washed my floor again for the second time today because one of my lovely daughters was trying to get milk out of the fridge and knocked a brand new bottle of grape juice, which shattered all over the floor this morning. And even after the first wash, the floor was quite sticky still. So as I was washing the floor for the second time, I've been really thinking about a lot of things about what summer means and what's coming. As you guys may have seen, I bought for the first time a long sleeve kind of cover up for the beach, like a dress. And that started getting me, again, getting ready for summer, getting ready for the beach, getting ready for the pool, getting ready for my kids over summer. Just thinking about what that means to me as not somebody who's going to wear a bikini anywhere anytime soon. Not for lack of even owning a bikini, but owning anywhere I would want to wear a bikini too, because either I go to a separate pool or go to the beach with my family. So let's talk about what actually getting ready for summer means to a real person, a regular person who isn't just trying to fit into some sort of bikini. For me, getting ready for summer means that I have my life together so that I can handle the changes in our schedules, the changes in my kids' needs, the amount of time and attention and hours of daylight in the day that they need me to be on, that I have my finances together enough that I can afford to send them to the camp I want to send them and do the activities I want to do with them and have our pool membership and those little things that, to me, as someone who grew up in California, make summer. So how do you get ready for summer? And how do you get your kids ready for summer so that every time they're out in an activity, the first thing they're asking you is not for junk food? And how do you get ready for summer in that you guys all have good sleep habits and good drinking habits so that you're really physically ready to enjoy the most out of what's really my favorite time of year? So there's a few things that to me make a very big difference in terms of really living and being ready for summer. The first one is hydration, okay? And starting right now is when you need to be starting to drink enough water every single day. And not just chugging that, couple great, milliliters of water here and there so that you got it in. Really making drinking water part of your life and a part of your kid's life. I talk to a lot of parents whose kids have a lot of digestive issues because they know my kids have celiac. So not all of them, but 3 out of 5. So when we talk about it, the first thing I ask is, are they taking a water bottle to school every day, and are they actually drinking the water that they take? Because I notice my kids struggle with this too, because every school has different rules about going to the bathroom, and sometimes the bathrooms aren't as clean as you might like at school. Or my girls tell me sometimes they're out of soap, and so they don't want to go to the bathroom because they can't wash their hands with soap afterwards. And so then they're to the office if there's no soap, and round and round till they get constipated or they get dehydrated. And that is a huge unsolved mystery of why kids come home from school so freaking cranky. A lot of us think, they put their best behavior on at school, so then when they get home, they're just releasing all that tension at home. And that is part of it. The other side of it is a lot of times our kids are walking in the door, especially from now through summer, dehydrated. They haven't drunken enough water throughout the day, and now they have a headache, a light headache, they feel dehydrated, and that equals crankiness, low energy, low impulse control, and all sorts of other things that create problems at home and create even more problems as you're getting into summer. So right now is the time to start working on those habits of having a sticker chart or giving a reward when they get home from school if they've drinking their entire bottle of water throughout the day, and then refilling it for them to finish by, let's say, dinner time if you have issues with wetting the bed with any of your kids. So again, the best way to set that example for our kids is to, of course, to do it ourselves and have a water bottle that's ours, that we know exactly how much we're drinking throughout the day. Now, my personal goal is 3 liters of water every day, but actually, as we get into winter, I really try to hit summer. I really try to hit 4 liters as it gets hot out. This is really important, and it has a huge impact on my energy level and my mental state when I know I've hit 4 liters versus when I haven't. Now, if you're not drinking even 1 liter of water a day, 4 liters is way out of your league right now. No offense. All you need to work on is drinking more than you're currently drinking. And a few things help out with that. 1, always drinking 2 cups of water before you eat. Okay, you don't even put 1 bite of food into your mouth if you haven't drinking 2 cups of water. And that includes your morning coffee, making sure you have 2 cups of water before you have your coffee in the morning. The other thing is to just get yourself a water bottle that you carry with you so that at least you have a visual cue to drink throughout the day. Okay, and setting a goal of if you currently drink half a liter to 1 liter, if you currently drink 1 liter to 1.5 liters, and keep working up till you're drinking at least half your body weight in pounds in ounces of water, okay? That's really important as a minimum of how much water you should be drinking throughout the day. Don't go Google how much water should I be drinking, okay? Because then you're going to get all these articles about what if you drink too much water? What if you don't drink enough water? What's the ideal? There is no ideal amount of water. More than you're drinking now, not so much that you feel sick, okay? And especially if it's spread out throughout the day and you're not just chugging a liter of water at one time, it's not going to make you feel sick. It's not going to deplete you of salt or anything else you need to be drinking. If you feel start to feel lightheaded, you put a little bit of Himalayan sea salt, like a pinch on your tongue while you drink your water, and that can help to balance out your levels as well. Water, number 1 way to get yourself and your kids ready for summer. Number 2 is fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables. Yeah, that's simple. Because of the longer hours of summer, there's a lot more snack time. There's a lot more downtime. And a lot of parents get really frustrated that their kids want to eat every 2 to 3 hours. Guess what? You're going to hate me. That's actually a good thing. Don't turn off the video now. It's actually a good thing that they want to eat every 2 to 3 hours, because guess what? We should also be eating every 2 to 3 hours. If we're healthy and we don't have any blood sugar issues or anything else, it's actually going to help us avoid those things as we get older. So the best way to manage those in-between times, a lot of people have a rule. Well, you guys can have fruits and vegetables in between meals, and I have that rule as well. But my meals are, I consider it, if they have a fruit and vegetable and they're hungry, as I would be hungry about every 3 hours, so I include protein and healthy fat. So what does that even mean? What does that look like? So things you can keep around that your kids can grab or you can give them for a snack, ideally. So cheese sticks are always great, and just make sure that they're real cheese, no processing, no, as few preservatives or anything like that as possible. Here we get some great mozzarella cheese sticks that are just cheese. So those are fantastic. I try to avoid American cheese-like product and those kind of things. Real cheese is great. Even it can be great cheese like cheddar if you have that in the house in little cubes with some apples and vegetables. That's all fantastic. Don't also feel like that's only for the kids. Also, you can have a little protein, a little healthy fat in between meals. Another great thing, especially for kids, is a big bowl of mixed nuts that you toast or roast at home, or you can buy unsalted roasted nuts. You really don't want to have the salted kind. They really, with the amount of sodium and junk on those, they're undermining the nutrition of those nuts. Now, for as an adult, maybe you'd be worried slightly about serving size, but really, if you have healthy kids, you're not worried about the amount of serving of healthy, raw or toasted unsalted nuts that they take. Their body will tell them when they're done. A nice big bowl of almonds and walnuts with maybe some raisins thrown in. My kids love dried cranberries, unsweetened dried cranberries I put in there. Sometimes I chop up some dried apricot and dried pineapple. I make a huge Ziploc bag, and then I put out maybe a 1 to 1.5 cup bowl that I use for nuts, and I leave that higher where my little kids who have a choking hazard can't get to it, but high enough that the other kids can reach. And then I put a big plate of cut vegetables on the table. Now, when I'm working out of the house more than working in the house, which I'm very blessed to be able to do, like right now, I always cut the vegetables, let's say the night before, and I leave them in a big Tupperware in the fridge for the kids to take out. So if I'm home, I'm able to do it fresh. I have a video on YouTube that shows you that in 2 minutes you can cut a big vegetable plate. It really isn't a 20-minute endeavor. And if you want some nice tips or tips on how to be better, faster, more efficient in the kitchen, reach out to me and I'm happy to help. However, having fruits and vegetables out, also a big bowl of fruit, gorgeous fruit out on the table, apples, pears, oranges, bananas, things you don't have to do anything with are fantastic. Those are all big helps. And again, you can have dips ready in small containers in your fridge. White cheese, homemade ranch dressing from Greek yogurt. You can have hummus. You can have tahina. You can have all these things that they can dip their vegetables in that are already in small packages. So pull them out and they can dip in. Kids love to dip things. Another thing to dip in fruit is I take like a spreadable cheese, like we have white cheese here, and I'll add for say 1 cup of white cheese, so about half a cup of white cheese to 3 teaspoons of actually caramel, and I'll add that in, and then they can dip apples in that and they love it. So again, it's a really fun way for them to get a little healthy fat, a little protein, and a fruit all at the same time. Helps them feel more satisfied waiting for their next meal. Also, energy bites. We have a lot of energy bite recipes on my website, and I keep 3 different flavors in the summer in my freezer at all times. And I'll put a few out for them to take, or they can take from the freezer. Yogurt popsicles. Don't mean to be throwing too many things out for you at once, but cut up some fresh fruit, put them in popsicle molds, and just pour a plain Greek yogurt on them. You can sweeten it up with a little honey if your kids won't eat it plain. Totally up to you. Or you can even throw the fruit into the yogurt, puree it in the blender, and then make the popsicles. I buy all my popsicle molds on Amazon, and I get the squeeze up kind, that are more like a push pop that you just pour into, and I get the molds that you actually put real popsicle sticks in, because they always lose the sticks. Beware, if you get one that has plastic sticks, they will be gone very, very soon after you buy it, and you'll be left with a mold and plastic spoons. So I go for the mold that lets you put real wooden plastic sticks in, and then it's lasted me 3 years so far. So that's super helpful. And again, it's something the kids can get themselves and move forward with themselves. Guess what? All those snacks are as good for moms as they are for kids, especially if you're going out to the park with your kids. Hold on. Or you're going anywhere else with your kids. It's super helpful to have something that you don't need to do last second to pack up and take with you on your way. So again, all these things are very helpful in terms of getting yourself and your kids into a summer mindset. Last kind of tip about thinking about summer is activity and quiet time. So having a balance between screen time, mommy's activity, fitness, exercise, and quiet time. Why are these things all together? Because we have to schedule them that way. You have to know in advance when you're going to give your kids their screen time, and then decide if that's the time that you want to do your workout, or you want to get up early and do your workout, or you want to do your workout in the evening, or you want to go do a workout with your kids by taking them to the pool and really engaging and playing with them at the pool, or really, playing with them at the park and walking to and from the park instead of taking the car, and going to the beach and really running around instead of just sitting on the towel, or just talking to your friends at the park. Like, we have options to get fitness and exercise with our kids, And then we also have options to say, okay, we're going to give them this amount of screen time. And while they're having their screen time, I'm going to get my me time. And I call fitness me time because it doesn't matter if you're doing something like yoga or swimming or Pilates or weight training. When we exercise, we create positive response in our body, neurologically, psychologically, emotionally, and hormonally. In every single way, it is critical for a happy, healthy mom to get some activity at least 4 times a week, okay? If you do nothing now, a walker on the block will already start to get those endorphins moving, those positive feelings going, especially in summer, when we're trying to juggle our jobs and our kids and their vacation and the myriad of expenses that come in the summer. We have to have a way to hit the release valve that isn't alcohol and sugar. Okay, alcohol and sugar are the go-to release valves for moms, right? That glass of wine at the end of the day, or that quick nip of chocolate from the freezer or ice cream to keep us calm while we deal with all of the myriad of stress around us. But guess what? We can exercise to hit the release valve. I have cried during an exercise. I have thought like, okay, if I can do this one move, that is, I can get over this other issue with this kid that is challenging me right now, or I can get over this other thing. You have to use your workout like therapy, no matter what kind of workout it is, whether it's to learn to moderate your breathing, to learn to push through a failure. All of these mental exercises are critical for managing stress in the rest of your life, but only if you make it so. It can be you're walking and you're tired and you haven't been exercising at all ever, and you look at that street light right ahead of you and you say, if I can make it to that next light before I turn around and go home, I can be a little bit more patient with my kids later today. You have to talk yourself through it. You have to have a coach who helps you to learn how to do that. And then that becomes a huge stress relief and a huge source of strength for your summer when we have all these other challenges that are surrounding us. So that's what being prepared for summer means to me. It doesn't mean fitting into a bikini. It means fitting into my life, feeling present and emotionally engaged and excited about my life instead of feeling like I'm drowning. Like I'm overwhelmed by the responsibilities and the obligations that surround me, and they don't feel joyful anymore. And especially in summer, that's supposed to be a time of joy if you go back to your childhood and you're out of school. And as adults, we don't really get that. But hopefully you're scheduling some sort of family vacation. And hopefully you're scheduling some time every day to enjoy that feeling. And you can do that, and you can actually be present, enjoy it, if you're drinking more water, eating more fruits and vegetables, and your kids are too. And then when it comes to nighttime, if you've gotten some exercise, you are all going to have a better night's sleep and wake up the next day ready to do it all over again. If you're interested in getting coaching and working on any of these things for you and your family, you know where to find me, right here. And we also are going to have some really amazing events, live events coming up between now and summer vacation, as well as our online groups, which are starting every single month, to work as a team, as a group on all of these challenges that we go through all the time. So thanks for listening. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know if you have an amazing summer tip or what you found most helpful here in the comments so I know what to do more of. Have a great day.